Salamun alaikum, what's happening, y'all? Welcome to episode Quattro of your number one show, hashtag LNT, with your number one host, Ahmed Ali. We are live in the holy city of Karbala, and it's episode 4. If you didn't know, in Spanish, Quattro means 4. But yeah, we are live in the holy city of Karbala. Good evening if it's nighttime, good morning if it's morning time, and good afternoon if it's afternoon time. But it's the late night talk in Karbala, live from the holy city. Now, before we jump into anything, and before we even talk about anything, let's go take a short break and we'll see what's trending in the world today. Now, Nigeria has deployed over a lot of fighter jets and helicopters searching for over 100 girls who went missing after a suspected Boko Haram terrorist attack that attacked their school, northeastern region of the country. Nigerian President Muhammad Buhari, he says, and promised the families that the missing girls will return to their families safely, and the attackers will be brought to justice. That's inshallah, everyone returns to their home safely. But let's talk about the storm that hit everyone, the beast from the east, as the weather channels and news are calling it, the beast from the east. Over 100 schools have been closed, and in Rome, they haven't had a storm like that since late 1980s, and we're seeing that huge beast is coming all the way down from the east. The only prayer I have right now for you guys is may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give you the heat of Iraq. It's 55 degrees plus. Trust me, you'll be barbecued. I don't know how Iraqis survive. But yeah, let's go take a short break and let's go check what the topic is for today. Now, we all love video games. Video games. The youth, the young, the old, adults, old people, old folks. And trust me when I say I've been to old age homes and I've seen old grandpas and grandmas playing video games. Now, what I'm trying to say is everyone plays video games. Whether you're young or old, we love playing video games. Now, I and you guys, we all remember when GTA first came out, San Andreas in 2004. We used to play a lot. I used to remember downloading cheats to get unlimited cash and heavy weapons. Hope I don't get arrested after this episode for pirating and stealing stuff. But yeah, but really, video game consoles exist in nearly every home. Kids nowadays play tons of video games on their Xbox, on their PS4s. Now you have the Wiis, the Nintendos. I remember when I was growing up in middle school, I had the GameCube. That stuff was sick. But, everyone plays different games in different genres, and they spend hours and hours just on their consoles, their game consoles. Some say that they can be educational, they can be beneficial, and some say that video games can cause a permanent mark or a scar on your child's personality and behavior. The American Psychological Association, APA, in August 13, 2015, press release titled APA Review Confirms Link Between Playing Violent Video Games and Aggression, wrote, and I quote, "The research demonstrates a consistent relation between violent video game use and increase in aggressive behavior, aggressive cognitions, and aggressive affect, and decrease in prosocial behavior, empathy, and sensitivity to aggression. The accumulation of risk factors tends to lead to aggressive or violent behavior. The research reviewed here demonstrates that violent video game use is one of such risk factor. While on the other hand, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, video games don't really cause the youth to act aggressively." Now, excuse my language, that's a bunch of beep, because honestly, when you're playing a video game, like Grand Theft Auto, and we have this like a quick video right now to show you what you see. I mean, look at that. Look at that. A person pulls up, and then this is real. This is not acting or something. People think this is staged. It's not staged. Person drags someone out of the car, and the Supreme Court, U.S., they telling us, Grand Theft Auto, and look at this, look at this. The cop throws it exactly the same in the game. They throw it at the civilians. He didn't even reach the guy. But yeah, he goes to another car, and wow. See right there, that Toyota Camry was brand new. And that Hyundai, is that a Kia or a Hyundai? The Carnival. But yeah, that Toyota Camry is brand new. Tinted windows, but yeah, he drags the person out and takes the car and dips. And then he reaches the cops right there. Boom. Same as GTA. You steal a car to a different car, then goes to another car, tries to steal it. The guy drives away, it's the cop car, and that's it. The guy runs away. And we have another video from GTA and how people are really affected by this. This is very interesting because they do the exact same GTA. We're not saying that, you know what, this is GTA, but in real life, this is what happened. So the person, a black person, poor guy, he's getting arrested by the cops. The cops drop down, the guy runs. He trips, but yeah, anyways. He runs to the cop car and he dips with the cop car. He steals it. What kind of, I mean, you lose your gun maybe, but you lose your car, that's, nah bro, you get jacked. Wow, and he drives away. That's a nice Charger. And a video. But yeah, I mean, we see right there. Sometimes video games do lead to aggression, aggression. Wow. But at the same time, we have as many as 97% of kids aged from 12 to 17 play video games, contributing to $21.53 billion domestic video game industry, says APA. Now pay attention to this. More than half of 50 of the top video game industries and games contain violence, says The Guardian. Even when you're looking Smash Bros. I mean, Smash Bros is a game where it says 10 plus, as we'll show the rating soon. But Smash Bros is a game for kids, 10-year-olds and older. And even in that, when you're like driving around, running after people, or, you know, fighting with each other, like Super Mario fighting Zelda, or, you know, whatever, you know, even that has violence as well. Now, violent video games have been blamed for school shooting, increase in bullying, and violence towards women. Critics claim that these games teach and encourage children to more violence. And there are the advocates who oppose this, conclude that that the research are flawed and there's no relationship between violence and between the youth. Now, which side are you on? Are you on the side that says, no, video games aren't violent, or don't lead to youth being violent, or on the side that says video games are violent and they do contribute to youth's violence? So let us know. Right now, the question will pop up right there. Do violent games contribute to youth violence? To let us know, we have the phone call showing up right now on the bottom of the screen. To let us know, do call in via WhatsApp, toll free. I know everyone has their iPhones and Samsungs. I know I said screw Samsung a few episodes ago, but yeah, we do say it again. I'm kidding. But yeah, pick up your phones, whether the Samsung or iPhone or whatever, Nokia, whatever, and call the phone presented right there. +964 774 067 1836, and let us know what you think about this topic. Now, before we are getting a few phone calls, yes, but we'll go into a very short break and we'll be back very shortly. 10 seconds. Take us away. Welcome back. We have a few voice memos that we have just received from our dear viewers. But let's go. Who do we have? Hawra from Canada. What does she say?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Hawra from Canada.
Assalamu wa rahmatullah.
I do believe that violent video games, they do contribute to violence among our youth. As we can see, there's a huge increase in violence in our youth today, and I believe that is mainly because of the video games they play. If you were to just witness some of these video games, they are just, I was astonished the other day to see one of the video games. it's based on pure violence and violation of other people's rights, and that's what we are seeing today. There's a huge increase in in physical assaults, harassment, and I do believe that is greatly influenced by the video games they are playing. So my opinion is that yes, they are violent video games do contribute to youth violence. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting us know what you think about today's topic. And today's topic is revolving around violence and its contribution towards youth violence, video game violence, sorry. So we do remind you to call in at the number shown below right now. Call +964 774 067 1836. Right there, that phone number right there. You can go to our live feed on Facebook at IMAM HUSSEIN TV and comment below on the live feed. Let us know what you think, and your comments will pop up right now. And we do put the question up, so do go check it out and let us know what you think. Do violent video games contribute to youth violence? Let us know what you think, yes or no, and let us know why. But let's go dive into why some debate that video games or video games lead to youth violence. Now, the debate over video games and its violence towards youth began all the way back in 1976 when the first violent video game came out, Death Race. So the objective of this game was that you would run over screaming gremlins with a car, and then they would turn to tombstones. Now, basically, the controversy erupted because the gremlins look exactly like people, right there. They look like people. So parents and a lot of people said that this game is teaching other people to run over people with cars. And so we did see that after the game, but some people say you can't claim that. The person has a mental problem and maybe that happens. But later on, protesters took those machines out, the Death Race machines, out of the arcades and burned them in the parking lot of the arcade, and the production of the game was seized. But we did get a few messages on WhatsApp. They said, sorry, we can't call, but let's check out what the messages are. So the message says, let me just read it there and then you can probably see it right there. So Shah from Indonesia, he says, I don't think violent video games affect youth behavior because I've seen, it says I've seen, yeah, all right, we'll forgive you for that mistake. But yeah, I've seen my kids play FPS games, and whenever they lose, they become very angry. This anger is likely to turn into negative energy, causing them to react more aggressively. Thank you for your opinion, Shah from Indonesia. We do advise everyone, a lot of people are messaging us, telling us we can't, and we have another from Tahira from India. She says, I don't see how violent video games should trigger youth violence. This is all entertainment and it has no relation with the real world. Maybe. Thank you very much also, Tahira from India, for letting us know, Sayyidah Tahira from India, for letting us know what you think about today's topic. So we do see a lot of sides to this. A lot of people are saying, or we got a few people saying, it does cause violence, and some say it doesn't because it's not based on reality. It's a virtual world that they're playing in. Anyways, after, we'll go back to the history of violence in video games, and then we'll go back to, we are getting a few messages. I don't know if you can hear the vibrate on my phone. We are getting a few messages on WhatsApp about this topic. But after Death Race, in 1993, when my favorite game when I was a youth, Mortal Kombat, when that came out, I used to play a lot, but alhamdulillah, I am peaceful. That's the logo. That was a beast game back then. That was beast. But I used to play a lot, alhamdulillah. I am peaceful, at least I hope so I'm peaceful. I want to ask one of the guys actually to let you know, I'm not lying. I am peaceful. But let's go with Mustafa. Mustafa, my cameraman. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Let's ask Mustafa, one of the cameramen here, if I am peaceful or not. Bring the camera with you. Why are you trying to... Oh, whatever. It's a... Should I just ask one of the Zuwar downstairs? Yeah. No. Come next to me. Come next to me. Come next to me. He's a bit tall. Yeah. Bet down a little bit. Am I peaceful?
What?
Am I peaceful?
What times?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Baba, we're on live. Anyways, get out of here. Get out of here. You're supposed to say no. You're not supposed to say sometimes. But I am peaceful. Trust me, guys. I am peaceful. And inshallah, everyone is peaceful as well. We are wearing red to represent... Well, we're not trying to represent the Bloods nor the Cribs. But yeah, do call in right now and answer the question. Do violent video games contribute to youth violence? We're back to the topic. But during the hearing about the huge problem that erupted when Mortal Kombat came out, the Congress held a hearing trying to regulate the sales on this game and on video games. Now the hearing, a California attorney, he testified and said that violent video games are a desensitizing impact, have a desensitizing impact on young and impressionable minds. And this is sometimes true depending on the game that you're playing. Then the system rating, the rating system for the games came out. Entertainment Software Rating Board, ESRB, and then in 1994, September 1st, 1994, and then you have the early childhood. Right there, you have the early childhood. You'd have everyone plus 10, teen, mature, adults only. Rating pending. I advise anyone that's not over the age of 18 to play that, the RPs, because honestly you'll be scarred from the stuff you'll see in that, unless if you haven't hit puberty yet. Yeah, anyways. Now, we know that no one cares about the rating. I'm one of the guys, I don't really care about the rating. I look at them and I just skip them because honestly I want to see what the game is. And the first violent game that I played, or the first few violent games that I played, Mortal Kombat and then Prince of Persia, when that came out, that was nice. That was nice. That was a nice shot. That was a nice shot to the rings and to the watch. But every day you get to see my watch collection. But yeah, the two games that I first played were Mortal Kombat and Prince of Persia, and then I got caught. But the main controversy over violent video games emerged after a school shooting. Now, I believe we have a video of that in Columbian College, High School, sorry, in Jefferson County, Colorado. In 1999, I believe we do have a video about that right now to show us. And we are getting a few messages right there. Pay attention to the shooter. Well, flip screen that. Crazy. The shooter's right there. He was highlighted. Wow. I mean, he's in a high school. What are you trying to do? These guys probably took some next level ecstasy or smoked something, a crystal meth. Or smoke. Look at him, he's shooting. Oh wow. He's walking around. Wow. Now that's what just happened. Oh, this kid thinks he's in a video game. He just jumped. Wow, I feel sorry for those guys. Yeah, but anyways, I mean, people think they're in video games trying to shoot everyone, and then they think they're not going to get away with something. Anyways, I have few messages coming in. We have Junaid from Australia. He says, I'm a person who loves playing video games, although I do not let it get in the way of my Islamic practices. I do occasionally play video games, but I consciously tell myself that violence is not okay. Is it haram for me to play video games? Now, I'm not a scholar, and I don't have my Risala Amaliya out. Hopefully, inshallah, I get it out soon and have a lot of followers as a marja'. But I'm kidding. I'm not here to answer a judgmental question, telling you what's haram and what's not. But if it, as you mentioned, if it's not getting in the way of your Islamic practices, your salah, your psalm, your prayers, your fasting, and other worships, I don't know. I don't see what the problem with that is. But if you see it affecting your personality and making you more violent, but we do have a call. We do have a call from Yahya from Scotland. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the show. Now, today's question: do violent video games contribute to youth violence?
Definitely contribute to violence.
Mm-hmm. Are you asking me the question?
As well.
Sorry? We did lose the connection. Yeah, that was the WhatsApp. Tit, tit. Oh, look at that. Hey, yeah. But yeah, we are back. Yeah, we lost the connection right there. But yes, this person was asking about if video games are halal or not, and it doesn't get in his way. Yes, if it doesn't get in the way of your Islamic practices, your worships, then it's okay. But if it does affect your personality and make you more violent, then maybe it's haram. But we do have Yahya back on the line from Scotland. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Now today's question, I don't know if you heard me already. Today's question is, do violent video games contribute to youth violence?
I think there's definitely evidence that they do.
Mm-hmm. Can you share some with us?
I mean, if you look at the youthful attitude today, it's a very violent one.
Mm-hmm.
There still seems to be a problem with the connection, brother.
Yes, there is a problem with the connection. Hopefully the connection gets better. Can you hear me?
I can indeed hear you.
Yes. Now you were saying that it does or it doesn't?
I believe it does.
Okay. In what sense?
In the sense, brother, that we see that these youth today are a lot more violent than they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they generally have anger problems. And it's definitely caused by something, either the TV, the video games, or the music. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much. Is that all?
No problem.
Thank you very much for joining us, Yahya from Scotland. We do encourage everyone to join us and do call in the number shown below and participate in our show today. Now we are getting a few messages. We have Nadia from the US. She says they are bid'ah. The Holy Prophet didn't used to play video games. Oh wow, she has jokes, lol. Yeah, nice joke. She says, I don't think violent video games have a huge impact on the person playing it. Watching the news and what the world is going through today can do a lot worse than video games. I have to agree with that. Honestly, when you open the news, every time the person that prepares the episode, every time he tries to go and look for what's trending in the world today, you find Syria that's bombing, Nigeria, Boko Haram attacks, in Leicester there's a bombing, in everywhere around the world there's like someone getting kidnapped, someone getting killed. But we have got a voice note from Liana.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liana from California. According to today's topic, do violent games cause and affect youth violence? I personally believe that to a certain extent, yes, violent games do contribute to this aspect, and this is clearly seen through statistics throughout the world. If a close look is taken at adolescents who engage in such games, it has been psychologically proven that these individuals are more prone to exhibit such violent behavior, which is occurring more commonly as the years go by. However, there are many solutions that could be taken to ensure a safer and more more peaceful future for adolescents. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liana from California. We do appreciate your message. And yes, so up to now we have a scale. So a lot of people are saying that violent video games do contribute to youth violence, and we have a few that say it doesn't. But back to Nadia's point from the state, Nadia from the States, she says that it depends on the person's personality and the person playing them, and sometimes it does. Because I'm addicted to Candy Crush, and honestly, it's an old game, and sometimes when I don't pass a level, I get aggressive. Not like with people, but I do feel the tension within me that I have to pass this level. What? Yeah, I said Candy Crush, not Candy Cane. Yeah, but the producer was talking to me. Yeah, but we do have Tamer from Norway. He says, don't you guys feel bad playing video games with... Tamer from Norway, he says, don't you guys feel bad playing video games when video games themselves have music in the background? Isn't that a sin? For me, I'm not here to say what's halal, what's haram, but music is haram. That's not the main topic for today. We're saying, does it encourage youth violence or does it not? A lot of people can answer you on that if you ask a person from whoever you follow. Ask your marja, your scholar, any Maulana near you, and they'll answer you regarding that question. We do have a few more comments and a few more calls coming in, but there seems to be a problem with the connection. We do apologize for the viewers or for the callers that did call in. We do encourage them to call again. But yes, Ghulam Ali from India, he is replying. I'm replying to Tamer's message about music and video games. Okay, so now we have back and forth. So he says, calm down, dude, or dude, as in the Indian accent. With all due respect to my Indian brothers. Stop being a Wahhabi. Oh, wow. Okay, music in video games isn't haram because you're focusing on the game, not on the music. Again, you guys go settle yourselves. But yeah, sometimes you are focusing on the game, but sometimes a lot. This person has a point, but yeah, don't call the people's Wahhabis. Yeah. Yes, the majority of the games do have, if not 99.9% of the games have music in it, but are they allowed to listen to the music if they're only focusing on the game? That's not for me to say. You guys have to refer back to your jurists and your scholars. But let's wrap things up. We have the last message. Tamer from Norway. Oh, so this is going back and forth. Wow. This is funny. Let me just read this. Tamer from Norway. He's replying to Ghulam Ali. He says, "I'm not a Wahhabi. I've heard." Okay, so he's heard. He says, "I've heard from Ahmed's show with Sayyid Ammar Naqshbandi that music is haram. So wouldn't that make playing video games difficult as every single video game has music? What are you supposed to do? Just ignore it? Maybe sometimes you ignore it. Sometimes you have to ignore it. Sometimes you don't. But all in all, a lot of people do think, and as we said, as we've seen right now from the messages, from the voice notes, and from the calls that we got in, a lot of people do think that video games, violent video games, do contribute to youth violence. Some say it doesn't. Depends on the person's personality. We leave that up to you. If violent video games have an effect on your personality and on your behavior, if it's going to make you act more aggressive, then you should try to avoid them. Because even a psychiatrist would try to do that. So we do advise you to look at it from your own perspective, and if it does contribute to your violence, which I hope it doesn't, but if it does, then don't play them. If it doesn't, I play video games a lot. You know, you should continue playing them. But do follow us at lnt.show on our Facebook and our Instagram. We do thank you very much for joining us tonight, and we thank everyone who's watching at home or here in the studio. And we do thank the crew, from Mustafa to Sayyid Sarmad and to the other boys. Some people don't want Ali Jassim and Mujtaba Al-Ha'iri, and Hussein, the sound engineer, and Samir, and everyone. I'm going to start just, having a list of the channels, guys. But thank you very much for joining us tonight. Wassalamu alaikum. And we'll see you after or in the next episode. Wow. Anyways, bye-bye.